Well, this is the last lesson. Well done, everybody. And today we're going to learn about the past continuous questions. Now, we know we use past continuous to talk about actions in the past, often a long action when we talk about a smaller action. So I was reading a book, a long action, when my mother came home. I was not reading a book when my mother came home. I was sleeping. So you have a subject, I, he, she, it, you, we, they. The verb be, was or were, and your action verb with ing. I was walking, he was eating, you were learning. Now, if we want to make a question, we swap them around. We say, was I walking? Was he eating? Were you learning? Like this. Was I walking? Was he eating? Were you learning? And the answer is going to be yes or no. Was I walking? Yes or no. Was he eating? Yes or no. Were you learning? Yes or no. And these are called closed questions because the answers are yes or no. So what do you do if you want more information? You remember, you put in your WH word. What, when, where, why, how, who. What was I doing? Where was he going? Why were you driving? So let's practice a few. You can mix them up a bit. We'll start with I. What was I doing? When was I eating? Where was I driving? So you can mix and match. Now we're going to use he. So, what was he doing? Where was he going? Why was he learning? And let's do a little bit with you. What were you doing yesterday? Where were you going? Why were you eating? I was eating because I was hungry. Who were you driving with? I was driving with my mother. What was I doing? Where was he going? How were you driving? I was driving very, very well and very carefully. Right, so let's practice. Was she writing on the whiteboard or were she writing on the whiteboard? Was or were? Was she writing on the whiteboard? Were they playing tennis or was they playing tennis? Were they playing tennis? Now this one you can do. Were they doing housework? What was he playing yesterday? What were he playing yesterday? What was he playing yesterday? Now we know it can't be were because for he and she and it, you say was. So what was he playing yesterday or what was he playing yesterday? Which one? What was he playing yesterday? Of course. Where was they going last Friday or where were they going last Friday? Where were they going last Friday? It's getting easier now, isn't it? Why was he working in the garden? Why were he working in the garden? Why Was he working in the garden? Because that garden is such a mess. Could you imagine living with a garden like that? So we've actually finished the course. Well done, everybody. Now you know that you can always reach us at MGI Institute if you want some information, to send us a message. If you're unsure about something, we always like to hear from you. And we hope we see you next time for elementary. Well done.